Thank you, Ez, for coming to this session. Um, so basically, this session is going to be a little bit different than usual. So in this one, we're going to talk about you. It's an interview, so we're going to talk about, your basic information, like, if you're male or female, how old you are, and we're going to talk about like your family and like the history of that, and like your education, your friends, and you get me. So we're doing this because this will help me in my communication skill class and in my future jobs, hopefully. So you are my practice, and this will benefit you hopefully vent or like learn more about yourself. So I hope it's good for you. This will take about like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how much you want to share with me. So I hope you're comfortable. Do you have any questions about what I just said?
No, it's clear. I got it. Want me to start now?
So yeah, tell me about yourself from the very beginning.
So, I'm going to introduce myself first. My name is Ez, last name El Gamil. I was born and raised in Cairo, Egypt. I was born November 18, 1999, so I'm 20. And kind of like my life story is, I started going to school at like, I was 6, my first day of school. Okay, anyone else? Can we do this again?
No, you're fine. Keep going.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I went to school in Egypt for like from kindergarten until 9th grade. 9th grade was my last year in Egypt. And over there, like I learned a good amount of English. So when I came here in 2016, it wasn't really hard for me to like communicate.
So you're saying most of your life you've lived in Egypt, but over there they taught you how to speak Arabic and also
I mean, Arabic,
English?
they didn't really teach me how to speak Arabic.
well,
Like,
read and write.
yeah. But it's more like in school when I in like Arabic class, it was more like grammar and like hard stuff and the language, not really like how to write and read, because that's like basic. But yeah, they taught us like basic stuff in English, French, a little bit, Italian if you wanted to, German. But it was basic that you learn English and French. So when I came here, it wasn't super hard for me to communicate with people or like have like a basic conversation with someone. But one of my like weak points when I first came here was slang, because I came here like in high school. I came here 10th grade was my first year here, and like I didn't understand how half of the stuff like people were saying to me. Like I just knew basic English.
You're saying you had a tough time trying to catch up on like the new words.
Yeah, I'm like not really fitting in, but like being myself and like getting the right language to represent like who I really am, instead of like broken English or like basic English. Yeah, so like over there in Egypt, well, it was really hard. We took a lot of math, a lot of science. So yeah, when I came here, also it wasn't like super hard for me. Like all the kids were like kind of stupid compared like to what I used to say over there. It used to be harder. And also because like my parents were like a little tough, and like over there like had like really high expectations because they paid a lot of money for my education over there. So yeah, I had to really like work hard and show them that like, their money's not like going to waste.
You feel grateful?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it over there. I liked my childhood. I lived in a house with, I have six siblings. I have 4 brothers older than me, a brother younger, and a sister that's younger than me. So my first brother is named Ali, and second is Mahmoud, but we call him Max. Third is Omar. And so Ali is 33, then Max is 32. He's black, by the way. Omar is 29. Noor is 28. Then me, I'm 20. Z, he's 17. Then my little sister, Pascal, she's 14, 2005. Yeah, I mean, we lived in a nice house in Egypt, so it wasn't like super nice, but it was like big, and it was just, we had money. My parents were like financially stable, mentally stable. Everything was cool. I didn't really have to like depend on myself that much to like worry about like working or like something at a younger age. Because compared to my brothers, my older brothers never worked until like years after they graduated college, because they never needed to. But me, I had to start working once I came here. I started working at got my first job at 17, and like most of my brothers had their first job after like 21.
So you're saying like the culture, well, your experience growing up, like they provided pretty good stuff for you compared to like now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the culture, like how I was raised wasn't how my brothers were raised in their teen years.
So you're saying like the age difference like makes like, because like they were like older when they were in Egypt, so they didn't have to work, but now like
yeah, it's more like a culture difference.
Oh, okay.
Like because they were there even though they were like 20 something, and like because we also had like money, they never needed to work. But like here, culture here, it's okay. Yeah, over there it's like it's not common for someone that's young, like under 20, to work unless they really need to. Like, they need to feed their family or something. But over here, everyone works. Doesn't matter. Like from 16, everyone starts working, which is not bad. It helped me like to depend on myself and like stand up for myself.
You feel proud?
I feel proud. I do feel proud. Yeah, but I feel like my brothers are not grateful for what they had, and like they sometimes compare themselves to me and how they're successful, and like they were more successful when they were my age and I'm not. And I try to like explain that like there's a difference like in my place now and your place then. But they don't understand. They say like, oh, you shouldn't have an excuse because they didn't go through what I went through.
You feel disappointed?
Sometimes I feel disappointed at them, yeah, because they're not. They should be more understanding. They're not really understanding. And I'm grateful for them because now they provide me with like a roof. They pay my rent. 2 of my brothers pay for the apartment I live in. I'm grateful for them. But they're not really like they don't understand how it is here because they never lived here until they were like 20 over 24. They never went to school here. They didn't go to college here. They don't know how it is here. just like how hard it is to even like go to school, like not having money, or like not your parents not having money, and like you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it was a big transformation from living in Egypt and coming here. I had to adjust a lot, but I'm good at adjusting.
You feel satisfied because the transition from the different cultures kind of went smoothly?
It didn't go smoothly, but I got there. But yeah, it was hard. But I adapted. Yeah, but when it comes to my parents, I feel like back then when we were in Egypt and they had money, when I said they were financially stable and mentally stable, I felt like once they came here and they had a lot of stress because of money that they were never used to. I feel like it affected their like health and their mental health, especially my mom. Yeah, they even look stressed. Like 1 year difference. The year they got here, they look so different than they used to be. Like my dad, his hair is fully gray now. 2 years ago, it used to be like black and gray. He was really stressed because when we first came here, it was only us, my brothers. They were doing their thing. Yeah, he was retired and he had to come up with like rent for like 2 years. He didn't work, so he spent all the money he had in Egypt, which was a lot. Rent for 2 years without work, that's decent. Yeah, imagine like spending all that money
Yeah.
like he did. I feel like his plans didn't go as he planned. Yeah, so that's about it for my parents.
So you're saying your dad was making money in Egypt, and then when you guys moved, he didn't have a job in America, so he had trouble finding a job?
Yeah, he tried finding a job because also like he was also old. My dad when he came here, he was 63, 64. And he was willing he was willing to work. Like my dad been working like over 40 years now,
Wow.
and he still works. He still goes he works 6 days a week. He goes down and work. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you feel grateful.
I really do. Yeah, that's it from the parents. So when it comes to my education, so as I told you, from kindergarten to 9th grade, I went to school in Egypt. I went to a school called Al Farouk. So how it works over there is like 2 years of kindergarten and 6 years of primary school, 3 years of preparatory school, then 3 years of secondary school, which is high school. So I left at the 3rd year of preparatory school, which is 9th grade here. So it was a little confusing because I thought high school here was 3 years. I was sure that was 4 years. But yeah, I came here, started at 10th grade. I was so lost.
So you're saying you were lost because of the educational wise, or lost socially?
Socially. I didn't know how classes work. Like for example, like over there you just stay in your class and teachers come to you. Like when I came here, it was you had to go to the teacher, and I was like, wait, what? I didn't process that every teacher had their classroom, and every class different people come to their classroom.
Yeah.
So I was kind of lost because of that. I mean, I saw it in like movies and stuff, but I was like, nah, that's probably not true. I was like, but when I came here, I was like, oh damn. But yeah, got used to it. I had to get used to gym class. I was like, what? Yeah, I had to change every day. I was like, I always loved gym class. Everyone used to complain. I'm like, yeah, I used to play.
So you're saying you didn't have a gym class in Egypt?
I had, but it was only once a week. Yeah, and they weren't like very wide with the sports. They only played soccer, and they had like a couple of basketballs. But it was mainly soccer because everyone plays soccer. I tried playing soccer. I don't think I ever really. I tried because you have to. Even if you're bad, you just play soccer. Then yeah, when I came here on my first semester, my like a random substitute teacher, he told me like, oh, you should try out for the volleyball team. I was like, I never like volleyball. I never played volleyball. I was like, you should go for it. And I tried it. I played it for a couple of years, and I loved it. I loved volleyball. I played it in high school, and whenever I went back to Egypt, I played club. At some point, I wanted to take it seriously and like play like for a top team or something, but it didn't really work out. But I still love volleyball. Yeah, then that's my first year. Yeah, that's my first year rap in America. The second year in high school was my favorite year. I just had fun. I got used to the system. Started like exploring more about like myself and like what I'm into and like my hobbies and stuff. And I joined drama club and started like acting, and I liked it. And I did it for a year in college. I really liked it.
You feel satisfied because joining theater club was creative and it made you like interested, like you belong somewhere else?
I honestly, when I first tried it, so my friend, her name is Allison. She was like, "Oh, we're doing a musical and something, and like we need a lot of people to like build our set, and like if you can come and help just for one day, like you can lift like some boxes and stuff and build and glue and paint." She was like a really nice friend of mine. She was like one of the first people that talked to me or approached me when I first came here. So I liked her a lot because she always tried to help me and like take me to my classes and like take me to lunch and like try to like she understood me, and like she understood that I came from a different country. So like she tried to explain like everything to me. She was like, oh, like if you can come, like I'd really appreciate it, like because we don't have time and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I'll come and help. Then I got interested in it, and I was like, I asked the director if I can join this year, because it was like the first 3 weeks or something, and he was like, yeah, you can join. He was like, can you sing? I was like, no. He was like, that's fine, just we'll use you somewhere. And I liked it. It was fun. And I did it for a couple of years. Yeah, then I spent in that high school 2 years. It was sophomore year and junior year. And then for my senior year, my parents had like financial problems that got my dad so stressed that he got a stroke. He got a brain stroke on a flight, so he couldn't he was out, he couldn't work, he couldn't pay rent, he couldn't do anything. So I had a brother that's been here for a while, for like a couple of years, and he has a house and everything, and he offered for us to stay until my dad gets better, and we find somewhere to stay. So yeah, I lived there for a year, and I spent my senior year in high school in his town.
So you're saying because of your father's stroke, he was unable to work, so your older brother stepped in to help out financially?
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he offered for us to stay at his house. And I didn't really stay there for the whole school year, because my dad got a lot better before. And my senior year went West New York High School for 3 months. Then I went to Hackensack High School for 3 weeks. I went to New Milford High School for 5 months. Then I went back to West New York High School and graduated from there.
Oh, wow.
2 weeks before graduation. Yeah, so I have two what do you call it? The book, the graduation yearbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in 2 yearbooks, and the school I graduated from, I wasn't in their yearbook. So it was kind of messed up. But it was fun. I gained a lot of skills when I was moving. I gained a lot of social skills.
So you're saying you had to make friends
I had to make a lot of
over and over and over again
that
each school you went to?
that I feel like I can be friends with anyone. It gave me a lot of confidence and more understanding to how teens work, how their brains work. So I'm even though it wasn't the best time in my life, but I'm grateful for it, especially that my dad is better now.
You
So-
feel proud
Of
because the social skills that you learned throughout high school
course,
really helped you?
of course. I mean, of course, it wasn't worth that my dad gets a stroke, but it was somehow worth it.
So you're saying it wasn't all bad?
No. Except that the school I went to for 5 months didn't have a volleyball team. I tried starting a team there. It never worked, but I started a club, a volleyball club. Yeah, then I graduated from the high school that I started at, and I went to New Jersey City University for a year and a month. Then I dropped out, as I covered in the previous videos. I left that school because I realized that I wasn't really happy pursuing school in general. I felt like I had a different interest, so I just left school.
So you're saying that college or college in general is not really for you at the moment in life?
Yeah, and that's about my education.
You feel certain because this decision with not going to school is the right decision for you?
Yeah, of course. I feel kind of relieved that I left school. School caused me nothing but that depression, stress, and it wasn't for me. I realized. I mean, I'm grateful I didn't realize this super late, but I realized that it wasn't for me. And as soon as I was certain of this feeling, um, I just decided not to do it anymore.
You feel satisfied.
Yeah. So when it comes to my relationship, right? So back in Egypt, I couldn't really like have a girlfriend or something because like they're very strict about like all that. So yeah, I never had like a relationship with like I never really talked to girls in my country. So all that started once I came here.
So you're saying you weren't allowed to talk to girls back in Egypt?
I was allowed, I just never got the chance to. It was kind of hard to, but so yeah, I never did it. Plus, I was kind of young before I came here. Like, I was 15 when I left, or 16. 15 going to 16. So I had like 3 relationships since I came here. I had a relationship for like it wasn't high school. It was like when I first came here. So I think like 2-3 months. So I knew this girl through my first job in Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, that was at like 16. Then at 18 going to 19, in my freshman year of college, I had another girlfriend for like 6 or 7 months. Then currently I have a girlfriend, and we've been together for 4 months. Yeah, we started dating like last summer. But yeah, I feel she's different. It's different than the previous relationships that I've had.
So you're saying the first 2 relationships, which were short, were like different compared to the one you're in now?
Yeah, because the ones I've had before, I felt like I wasn't really grown, especially the first one. It was just for fun. Like I was 16. It was just to explore myself and explore what I want. Then the second one, it was also like to see what I want. Also, plus like I was in college, I was like trying to have like fun, like you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like I was mentally so like super young, like super immature compared to now. Even though I'm not saying like I'm wise or like, but still like I feel like I'm very different from back then. So yeah, this relationship that I'm in is like more serious, more mature. And ever since my last relationship, I've had like super high standards. Because now that I know what I like, I'm not gonna settle down or like settle with someone that I'm not into. I don't like doesn't exactly match what I want. So I'm glad that I find someone.
You feel sure because from previous relationships, you feel like you've learned certain characteristics that you don't like in a female, in a partner?
Not really that I don't like, or more like what I actually like and what I'm attracted to. And like, I just realized that I'm into people that make me happy and people that tried so hard. I had a list, but like, I'm glad for whatever I have now. That's about my relationship. Like, mm, so yeah, hopefully in the next couple of years, I just see myself working super hard for myself and for my partner, and just be able to save as much money as I can to make my dream come true, which is like to just have a good life for myself and for my future family.
So you're saying you're unsure of what you want to do in the future, but whatever it is that you do, you hope it brings positive things to your family and contributes financially.
Yeah. But also, I'm not like super like lost or I don't know what I want. I do what I want. I do know what I want. I just don't know how to get there yet. But hopefully everything is gonna turn out like good.
So you're saying you know what's your goal in life?
I kind of do know what I want to do in life. It's just I did research about it and just realized that I need to start a career first before I start pursuing what I want to do, because it's very expensive to pursue like my goal, which is like to be a pilot and fly planes, and it's very expensive to practice flying, because you need fuel, you need to rent a whole plane, you need people to work on it for maintenance and check that it's gonna fly and like everything that, and make sure that everything works. That could cost you money. Plus you need a teacher. So you have to pay for all that, and you have to fulfill like a certain amount of hours. So yeah, it could be very expensive. But I realized that this is kind of what I want to do in life, and it's something that I wouldn't mind doing for the rest of my life, even though it's hard. But I've seen people do it, close people that I know personally. My father used to work on airplanes. My uncle used to fly. So I kind of know their schedule, and I know what sacrifices they have to do in order to make it. And I think I can make it happen.
So you're saying you're familiar with the steps to be in the pilot business?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the steps, and I'm familiar with the work schedule, which is one of the sacrifices. And like, also one of the sacrifices you have to give is that you're not gonna spend as much time with your family as you want, because you'll be home all night. I mean, you'll be home all day and work all night, or you'll be home for a week, then work for a month, a whole month without going home. So yeah, it could be hard, it could be stressful.
You're saying the job comes with sacrifices, but also benefits in the long run?
Yeah, the more you work in this field, the more money you get without having to fly a lot. And the more time you spend in a certain airline or a company, at a certain point you'll be able to choose your schedule. And yeah, the sacrifices will shrink, like get smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just just need to work hard, like super hard. And I think I can do it.
You feel confident.
I feel confident and scared. Kind of. Not scared that I can't do it, but scared. Like, yeah, a little doubt sometimes. But this is like, for example, it's like 20% doubt, but 80% excitement. So yeah, I think I can do it.
You feel content because you're happy with the career choice.
Yes, to myself, but I feel like people around me, like, especially at like the first stages of like the path to my career, people judge me because I left school and because I'm not going into any school at the moment.
So you're saying people that you know make remarks on what you decided?
Yeah, because they don't know my plan. They don't know how much dedication I have, and they just think I'm another guy that dropped out and he's not going anywhere in life. So yeah, I'm happy with what I chose, but it's just it comes with its cons, like people doubting me. I wish I liked going to school and like write papers and stuff, but I hate doing this. I mean that's the successful path, but that's not my path. So yeah, I'm happy with what I chose, but I wish I liked something else. But I'm happy.
You feel annoyed because people in your life don't understand really like your interests, and if it's not what they want you to do, then they don't like it.
Yeah, but it's also that they underestimate. They underestimate like how hard I'm willing to work. Especially my family, they don't think I'm gonna make it. They're always like putting stress on me to like get a degree and leave the house, cause like that's what you're supposed to do. But I don't know. But eventually I'm gonna have to go back to school, cause as I said, in order to go in the path that I'm trying to take, I'm gonna have to start a career before that in something. So I am forced to go to school. I'm forced to go back, get some type of degree, and work, and save, and learn how to fly as I go.
So you're saying in order to save money, to do the flight hours and everything else, you have to start by getting a decent job, which requires a degree of any kind.
Exactly. So yeah, it's a super long process. Some people just are done with one degree and a decent job, and they're like, oh, that's all I want. But for me, that's just the first step. That's nothing. But again, I know I can do it. Yeah, and if anything, I don't have a plan B yet. But at least I'm gonna have a degree with a decent job, hopefully. And that could take me anywhere in life. But that's what I want to do right now. That's what I really want to do right now.
You feel excited?
I feel excited and scared because yeah, for the past 2 years, I changed my my career choice, my interest, like many times. Like when I was in high school still, I wanted to do astrophysics and like study astronomy and physics. But I couldn't because my GPA was bad, my SAT score was bad. I didn't talk to any counselors, I didn't contact any colleges because I went to 4 schools in 1 year and I was super lost, I didn't know what to do. And that's something also my parents don't appreciate and they don't understand. And they think I'm just a failure.
So you're saying like moving so much in the final year of high school, like it's like a negative impact on like your like college information applications.
Like if you just imagine it, how does someone go to a good school? They work hard in their high school, they do the homework they're supposed to do. They know their teachers, so they communicate with them. They talk to their counselors. They ask their counselors to explain to them how college works, so they're prepared at a sooner time. So yeah, you just need all this information in order to like pursue what you want and know what requirements you need. But what I went through is just I was super lost going from school to school, having to. So I still remember from my senior year, I had to do all assignments for my English course 3 times for every school I went to. The whole course.
No.
You know, if I didn't do all that, I wouldn't graduate. So imagine like how stressful that was for me. And on top of that, I had to apply to schools. I had to like know like what requirements every school needed. So yeah, at some point I was like, forget it. I was planning to go to Drexel University for astrophysics. But yeah, I was like, forget it. I can't do that. Then I kind of was like, yeah, school is not for me. I hated school after all that happened. I was like, it's not worth it. Let me just do what I want or what I feel like doing right now. So I was committed to a career in music and acting. And I studied that for a year. And then I got super depressed. I don't know for what, but like I just got depressed because I felt like I had no purpose in life. And I dropped that. And yeah, I just dropped out of school and like I was lost for a little bit. I didn't know what to do until I met my girlfriend, and she made me happy, and she got me out of like a dark place. She made me smile, and yeah, she got me motivated again to like work hard, and she gave me a purpose to live for, which is to provide myself. And even if it's not her that I'm gonna provide her and our family, she just gave me a reason to provide for my family. For her or not for her, or someone else. But she just gave me a purpose.
So you're saying your current girlfriend motivated you to have hope for a better future?
Yeah. At some point I lost hope in people. Because after all I went through, no one helped me, no one like showed me, or like no one tried to like guide me, or like show me the right path. And I felt like that wasn't too much to ask for, but no one ever tried to help. And I just lost hope in people.
So you're saying you felt abandoned at a certain time where you wanted help, didn't ask for it, but wish you had it?
kind of asked for it at some point, and I still never received it. When I provided help to whoever, like I'm the type of person to help you if you ever like approach me. I felt like I was too nice. I thought it was normal to help, but it wasn't. People don't help you.
So you're saying friends or family weren't there for you?
They were actually they were against me. They put me down. But yeah, when I met my girlfriend, I had hope. She was super nice, super sweet. Just saw life from my perspective. And I don't know if that's like common, but she's very nice. It sounds simple, but like not a lot of people are nice and kind. I think I'm nice and kind. I mean, yeah, I grew up with the expectation that like people are like that, but no one's like that. So yeah, she showed me that. She gave me hope in people.
You feel happy?
I'm super happy. I'm grateful. So yeah, my interests changed like a lot. I told you, from physics to music to acting to flying now. And it's not really my interest now is not flying. My interest is just providing for my family. I never thought I would be into this. Like not into this, but like I never thought that would be my goal in life. Because yeah, I was the type of person to like, even though I was like helpful in everything, but also I always put myself above everything. And I just wanted to do like what made me happy. That's why I pursued acting and music for a while. Cause like, who cares if I make it or not? I'm happy. You know?
So you're saying you enjoy music?
Yeah, that's what I do for fun. I like music. I like acting. Even though I'm not good at acting, but I like it. And music, music, like same with it. It comes with practice. I don't practice that much, but I love it. I love to do it. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, yeah, I was selfish at a certain extent. Like, I just wanted myself to be happy. And my girlfriend changed me a lot, and it just made me realize that at some point, I'm gonna want to have a family and like provide for them. Like that made me like be happy to work hard for them. Not like I'm forced to. Actually, I'm trying to work harder and faster so I can have this sooner. So yeah, that's kind of the story of my life is detailed as I can get into. From birth till now. Do you have any questions or like anything you want to ask about it?
So earlier you said your friends weren't there for you?
Which part of my life are you talking about? because they were never there.
Tell me more about that.
So yeah, when I said like no one was helping me, for example, my family, they always complain that I don't go to school. I'm a failure. I didn't do good in school. So they just always try to put me down and like, make me feel bad when they never try to help, when they never try to ask me about financial aid, when they never try to ask me about why am I not in school, even though I explained over 10 times. I explained with very specific detail over 10 times, and they just keep. They don't give the effort to focus. Because I know it's complicated to explain. They don't even want to focus.
So you're saying they don't even want to bother understanding what you're saying?
They don't even, like, not that they don't want to help. They don't want to even, like, put effort to understand what I'm saying. All they do is put me down and make me feel bad about myself. So yeah, the type of help I wanted is for someone to come with me to school, to talk to financial aid, for example, to ask like simple questions like how do loans work, how do this work, how do that work. But I had to figure all that by myself. I don't know if I'm the only one, but it's just hard. Maybe I'm a baby.
You feel overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm a crybaby or something, but like it's hard. So that's one example of how people are not there for me. When I'm always there for my family. Whenever they broke, I used to go shoveling literally with runners because I couldn't afford boots. With no jacket, with nothing. I had like a shirt and a hoodie, thin pants, and I used to go shoveling to get money to my parents. I was there for them. Yeah.
So you're saying whenever your family needs something, you're quick to help out, but when it comes to you needing something as basic as just them listening to you,
Yeah.
they don't provide it.
Exactly. Yeah, actually my friends been there for me more than my family. My friend Gabriel literally is still with me for a whole, for 2 nights on his computer because I don't have a computer. We were trying to figure out financial aid, my financial aid hold. He wrote like 3 essays for me.
Oh wow.
He helped me. Yeah, and Gabe is also one of the reasons why he was one of the reasons I recovered quicker from my depression. So yeah, even though I don't talk to him anymore, yeah, I think he doesn't, not that he doesn't like me anymore, but like he does not talk to me anymore on purpose. He tries to avoid me. But yeah, from my side, it's all love.
So you're saying he doesn't talk to you anymore?
He doesn't talk to me. Because I don't spend time with him anymore. I don't see him anymore. Yeah, I left, and I felt like he was hurt because he tried really hard to not make me drop out, thinking that I really wanted to do college. Because at some point I was like, yeah, that's the way to go. I have to go to college. I was like, Gabe, can you help me with this? Because like I don't want to drop out and stuff like that. Yeah, he did a lot for me. But I don't think that he knows that like, I'm not happy in college anymore. I I mean, I understand no one is, but it's not. I'm not doing good. I'm wasting money. I'm wasting time. Also, I don't have money for financial aid because my parents don't know how financial aid works and they never did the tax. That's what I try to explain to them, but they
Yeah.
never did.
You feel sad because you've lost a friend throughout this process of dropping out of school?
Of course, Gabe is a brother. Like, he's also a brother in my frat,
Oh.
but he's a brother to me. Like, I always told him this during the process of my frat. I was like, I don't care if I don't make it to the frat, but you're my brother regardless. And like we used to say that to each other all the time because we went through some hard times. Because his mother also like almost died last spring. Yeah, last spring during our process, the frat.
Oh.
His mom almost died. She's still in the hospital. She's in and out. Yeah, I think I was there for him. He even said it. And he was there for me. But yeah, I lost a friend. Another example that my friends went there for me. I don't know, I feel like during my depression, a lot of the people I thought were my friends tried like using me. Like for example, I had friends that I used to just talk to them about like how like I'm not happy, like how I'm not like how I'm like super sad that I don't have a purpose, and, like I'm not pursuing anything, and I feel like a failure. And I thought that they were there for me, and like they were with me to listen to me, but all they did, and the only reason they were with me, because like I used to like pay for their food or like smoke with them or like pay for them to smoke. That's what I realized after I stopped smoking. They don't hang out with me anymore. They don't ask me anymore. Yeah, that hurts.
You feel disappointed because you didn't think they would use you.
Never. Because I'm also the type of person that, as what I heard from many people, I'm like easy to manipulate. I guess it's true. Yeah, I thought a lot of people were actually my friends. I had a big circle of friends, but like I thought they were friends. So yeah, after my depression, I was like, it's better to keep my circle smaller, keep like my trust, like the people that I trust, few, not like so many.
So you're saying during your depression you were smoking and you had friends that didn't really listen to you? So after your depression you cut some friends off?
Not really that I cut friends off. It's more like I kept some of them in my life and I just cut communication with 90% of them. I a lot of them I don't communicate with them anymore, just because I just as I said, I left school and most of my friends were from school. Yeah, I had a lot of friends that I like and trust, but I just don't talk to them anymore because just they're busy with school. And yeah, I don't know, just letting them do their thing.
Alright, so just to recap what we've been talking about this entire time. So, you know, you're Egyptian, you're 20, so you've just recently dropped out of college, and right now you're working to kind of like save up for your future pilot. And hopefully you're trying to go back to school to get a degree, to get more money, a better paying job, or some of some sort to go towards your future in the pilot industry. And you currently you live with your family. You have a girlfriend that you're with currently, and yeah, that's basically to sum everything up. Is there anything else that I missed? Key points?
Not really. I said I had six siblings, but I don't live with all of them. I
Oh,
live
okay.
with 3 of them. I think everyone lives somewhere, but that's about it. Got everything.
Okay. So you're saying your other siblings live elsewhere in the United States?
In and out of the United States.
Oh, okay.
So, my oldest brother, he worked in Saudi Arabia. He's a doctor. He worked there for like 2 years, but he's in Chicago now. He just got married last month. So, then my other brother, the one I stayed at his house, lives in New Milford, New Jersey. And Omar, he lives with us in West New York in my apartment with my parents. Then yeah, Noor is in and out. He's here sometimes. We have a bed for him, but he's not here all the time. Then yeah, it's me, my little sister, my little brother, my parents. That's mostly it. Who's always there. Yeah, my brothers, they pay for my rent, and my dad pays as much as he can. That's about it.
That's good.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah. Alright. Thank you so much for doing this for me. I hope this was helpful for you as much as it was for me.